Hello, my name is C Cunningham and I've written a book called The Penance List. It's book one of the David trilogy, and I thought it would be a good idea to give you an outline of where the idea came from and why I wrote the book. I've got a couple of dogs in here and they're sleeping, so I'll try not to speak too loudly if you could bear with me. The Penance List started because I'm getting old now, but when it was in my 20s, I lived in a basement flat in London, and there was a guy going around causing a bit of chaos for girls living in basement flats in London, and he was attacking them violently. Um, and the police were trying to track him down. He got away with it for a few years, and he tried it on with me on one occasion, and luckily I got away, and I helped police put the photo fit together of what he looked like. And while I was doing that, they explained to me the few things that he'd been up to. He was quite violent and evil with the girls, so the thought came into my head: why would anybody be like that? What's happened in his life to make him that evil? He looked like the type of guy that his mother would love him. He was smart, clean, intelligent looking, okay looking, quite handsome-ish, and had a sort of cunning, intelligent look in his eyes, but you wouldn't have thought he was the monster that was simmering below him was there. He looked quite normal. So I was wondering whatever happened to him to make him become like that in life. Had something started at childhood? Had he been affected by something? The police were quite frightened. They moved me out of my flat that day and got me to go move in somewhere else, because not often do girls get away from him, and he would return, they feared. So I got moved out, and it took them quite a few years to actually catch him, but in the end they did. So the seed was sown as to what would make a young guy grow into a monster. And that's where I started with David and my fictional character and fictional story. David is a young boy that went to boarding school at the age of 7, and he was abused for 10 years at boarding school by his headmaster and his priest. He has the part of what kept him going throughout that was an obsession he had with his childhood sweetheart. He had envisaged that he would survive, and then they'd go off into the sunset together. So she was his little angel that kept him alive through all the torturous abuse that happened to him. And so we start the storyline with them 20 years later living in London, and him starting his stalking her and obsession with her, trying to get her back. So it's the story about Tara and David. I hope you like it. It's quite steamy. It's got a bit of sex in it. It's got a thriller that's quite a lot of swearing. Sadly, I'm very sorry. I apologise about that. Bit of swearing, bit of murder mystery. It covers all the industries that I've worked in. I've worked in some fascinating industries. Like I was modelling for a bit, and then I worked in football for a few years, then in the music industry for a few years, media for a bit. I've travelled around. I'm an old dog. So I've used all the experiences I've experienced from those industries and put it in. It's based in London and the Amalfi Coast, the beautiful Italian Amalfi Coast, so we get a bit of picturesque scenery as well. The dogs are growling now, so I had better shut up. I hope you like it. Siobhan Cunningham, The Penance List, available on Amazon, and to find out more and connect up through social media, go to www.sccunningham.com, sccunningham.com, and I hope you like it. Thank you.